The man was only not following the birth rules and was locked in a prison of 1,000 meters below ground. He was not waiting for the familiar environment when a metal device suddenly came over. Since it was the first time this kind of thing happened, the man was almost in the air. He was half dead, and a bomb shot into his stomach. Such a terrible punishment is just a foot in the ice for the prisoner. In the future, the whole world will be polluted by nuclear power. The Earth's environment will be destroyed and the survival resources will be reduced. Human survival will be in great danger. The government stipulates that each family can only give birth once, no matter if the child is born. There is only one chance. Once someone is found to be pregnant for the second time, will be arrested in the underground prison for life imprisonment. An accident caused the former Special Forces John and his wife Karen lost their children not long after. Karen was pregnant again, but in a security checkup the soldiers found this secret in order to protect his wife from leaving John and the guards. Had a fight, but in the end, it was still the fate of being caught under the punishment of crime and punishment. John was sentenced to 31 years in prison in the middle of the desert. A hole about 1,000 meters deep is located in the middle of the desert. The bottom of the hole is the most sinister prison in the world. The first punishment for the prisoner is to put a remote control bomb into his body. He is also very cruel when he meets and disobedient. There are 33 floors in the prison, and not only are there strict guards, but also a Chinese cannon. If a prisoner wants to escape, the first thing to consider is whether he can bear the consequences. Every floor of the prison is full of prisoners, and there are robots on patrol for 24 hours. John is arranged in the lower floor. In addition to him and Yu, there are 3 other people in the prison, who are both bald with a short appearance. The eyes were like the eyes of Erhei and the eyes of the inventor of blood when they were resting at night. Erhei reminded them not to dream. John heard a sound of a mist. Not dreaming. Can this thing be controlled by man? Not long after he fell asleep, John dreamed of his wife. They are so happy to be in the same field, but what he didn't know is that the prison chief had already seen his dream clearly through the device scan, and he also fell in love with Kailuan. The next second, John suddenly felt a pain in the abdomen apparently. All this was done by the prison chief during the day. The prisoners had to work and transform. John saw the young man being bullied by a big guy. He did it without saying a word because of a physical conflict. The 3 were locked in a laser prison. The prison is very small. You can only stand and accept the punishment once you don't know your strength. You'll be hit by the laser. The young man was so angry that he couldn't hold on. John took all the blame. Then he was taken to the prison chief's office. Here John saw the dark. He learned that the other party was chosen by the prison chief because of his good temper, become a waiter. But what makes John hard to believe is that his wife was also arrested in prison. The prison chief is a gentle and elegant man, but he is actually a ruthless man. He used torture on his wife without hesitation. The purpose is to remind John that he knows who is the boss of the prison. After being punished several times, John finally became honest. He didn't want to cause trouble, but 187 insisted on taking the initiative to die. They had a big fight in prison. The strange thing is that the prison chief didn't stop them, but he was quietly concerned about the fight. The 2 sides were on the bridge, and the 2 sides were on the edge of a war. The battle was heating up. The prison chief suddenly ordered the bridge to be closed. 187 was almost down because of the physical exhaustion. At this time, the prison chief was angry again and sentenced 187 to death. But John didn't obey the order and saved 187 instead. Seeing someone bravely defy himself, the prison chief was angry and used the medium-sized cannon. Although John was taken back to life, he was also put in a blacklist. Later, John was taken to a room and the most cruel punishment in prison was waiting for him. The victim will be tied to a big windmill and continuously do a 360-degree roundabout movement until the victim's brain is shaken. 3 days later, John was dumb and the prison chief didn't kill him because he wanted to use his life to force Kellen to agree to be his partner. Kellen couldn't bear to see her husband being abused and finally agreed to this request. When John was sent back to the prison 3 days ago, a very energetic young man now became a Moran. His spirit has collapsed. Guangqiu said that he would use the match to test his hand, but he found that the opponent didn't react at all. John became a useless man, and even the most basic Kai and Larson needed someone to take care of. For months later, during the time when he was taken prisoner by the prison chief, Kailuan's life was pretty good. The other party had never done anything out of the box to him. Kailuan originally thought that the prison chief had some serious illness. Later, he learned that the other party was actually a reformer. He was full of tubes in the middle of the night, supplementing the so-called angic acid. And all of this is the work of the Menteco company. Using technology to replace food and fuel will not cause pollution to the earth. When the reformer takes over most of the food, hunger will no longer appear. The prison chief has lived in prison since childhood. Instead of attacking Kailuan, the baby in his belly. When the baby is born, the prison chief will transform it into his successor. For the sake of the baby and the husband, Kailuan had to find a way to get along with him. Using the two people's chance to read, Kailuan used alcohol to put the prison chief to jail. Then he came to the central control room to open the dream scan machine to save the husband. In the dream, John was a child trapped in a deep pit. Kailuan was in a hurry. Finally, before the prison chief woke up, he successfully awakened the consciousness of the husband. He knew that he had been lost for 4 months. When his wife was also taken over by others, John was almost killed again. Must accelerate the process of the prison. His friends are all familiar with his experience, so they joined the plan. To escape, the structure of the prison must be cleared first. Erhei has served the prison chief for decades, and he is deeply trusted by the other party. When he cleaned the prison, he secretly woke up John and told Kailuan about the plan of the prison. Kailuan was very happy, and then he and Erhei secretly stole the technology crystal of the control table. The eyes used the principle of the laser beam to get a complete structure of the prison. A careful observation, the few decided to escape from the hot air pipe, so how do you blow up the pipe? The key is that the glasses have a new discovery. He removed the remote control bomb that John took back, found that there was a magnetic device inside. Since it has magnetic, it can use this method to find the location of the bomb hidden in their bodies, although the process is very difficult, but the few still took out the bomb when going to the prison. John put the bomb on the pipe, then there was a conflict on purpose. Someone was involved in the test control station, immediately turned on the punishment mode. He took the money and put on a machine and killed the people with his friends. The 3 of them were killed in the central control room, but it was too late. Erhei was killed by the prison chief when the crisis was at its peak. The glasses were blinded and the prison was controlled by the system. A virus code was randomly written and the central control system was blackened, but when it was about to succeed, a few people were suddenly attacked by the police. John killed the enemy, but the glasses could not get out alive when he was lost. The glasses were pressed back. The control system was instantly paralyzed. The whole prison was also in a mess. The prisoners ran away. John saved his wife in the midst of the chaos. Then he ran away with the young man, but the danger is not over. 3 people stopped near the borderline. They found a wooden house and fell. The handsome man closed the door and went out to let the wind out. Who knew the control system was restoring the truck hit 3 people in the distance. The handsome man was in a hurry and died on the spot. John ran away while hiding with his wife, and then he was out of control of the truck. The result ignored his position, causing the truck to crash into the wooden house. Fortunately, Kailuan was lucky. Not only did he escape from the wooden house in advance, but also safely gave birth to a child. John was happy, but in this hellish future, how can we escape from the grip of the Qianyu Filong was released in 1992, and this film was released 32 years ago. Although the special effects technology is lagging behind today, the theme and thought of the film are still very capable, which inspired people's imagination of the future and promoted the development and innovation of the science and technology field, providing a profound reflection on the real world. The science and technology film from more than 30 years ago was like a treasure of wealth, not only innovative in technology, but also has an indelible contribution in culture and art. As time goes by, the value and influence of these films are still continuing. Alright, that's all for today's video. See you next time.